All right, today we're finding volumes of pyramids and cones. So, first one here is the volume of a pyramid. Personally, I think volumes are easier to find than surface areas, but the volume of your pyramid is going to be a third times the base area and then times the height. So again, BA is your base area, and this changes depending on what your base is. So if your base is a triangle, it needs to be 1/2 base times height. If it's a square, it needs to be base times height. If it's a regular polygon, it needs to be 1/2 n times s times a, etc., etc., etc. And then h is your height. And a reminder again, the height always has to be perpendicular to the base. So you have to have your nice right angle in there. So if we say the height here is 4 centimeters, and let's say we have 6 on this side and 5 centimeters on this side, you're going to find your volume then. Our base area, we have a nice rectangle. So you can just take 6 times 5, and then times 4, and then a third out front. You can type this all into calculator. When you type 1/3 and do it with the calculator, just do 1 divided by 3, and then multiply everything out, and you should get 40 centimeters cubed. So here's an example. You can try it, and then we'll talk through it. Okay, so here's this pyramid in front of the Louvre, and it's a square pyramid that has a height of 21.64. So if we come from the center straight down at a 90 degree, this is 21.64. And then here, one side of the triangle or pyramid is 35.4. So we want the volume, you want your base area times the height. Base area, since it's a square, we get 2 of the same. 1/3 base area, 1/3 times 35.4 times 35.4, and then times the height of 21.64. And then multiply all of that out, you should get 9,039.46 meters cubed for your volume. All right, so here's another pyramid. This one's a little bit different because it gives you the slant height. So it gives you the L, what we've been using before for surface area. So we have to find the actual height. And then here it says the side of the square pyramid is 40, which that means this chunk right here has to be 20. So we're going to use this triangle, use the A, B, and C. So you get 20 squared plus h squared has to equal 25 squared, and then you're solving from that. So 400 plus h squared equals 625. H squared is going to equal 225 by subtracting 400. Take the square root, and h is going to be 15. So that's your height, is 15. So then if we actually find the volume, 1/3 times the base area, so we have a square again, so 40 times 40, and then times the height of 15. And if you multiply it all out, you should get 8,000 feet cubed as your volume. So a note here, if we're trying to figure out the volume of a cylinder versus a cone, if you have 3 cones and you pour them all into one cylinder, that's going to fill it up. So every cylinder is the same as 3 cones, which then goes into the formula for the volume of a cone. So it's going to be 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. So the volume of a cylinder formula is pi r squared times h, multiplied by 1/3, and that will give you a cone. R is still your radius, h is the height. So here, if we say the radius is 3 and the height is 10, you can find your volume by doing 1/3 times pi times 3 squared times 10. Type it all in and you'll get 94.25 inches cubed for your volume. Okay, so now I have a TB resting on poles. It tells us the structure makes about a cone shape. The height is 12 feet, so we know here this is 12. And then the diameter, so all the way across, is 14, which makes a radius 7. So if we want the volume, we have a third times pi times the radius squared times the height. Multiply it all out, we'll get 615.75 feet cubed. One last example. So finding the volume of an oblique cone here, nothing changes. So we still have the diameter here is 30, so your radius is 15, and then you're just taking this height. So again, the height comes from the tip down and makes it 90 degrees, so the height is 25. It doesn't matter that it's tilted or not. And we want the answer in terms of pi and rounded to the nearest foot. So your volume is going to be a third times pi times 15 squared times a height of 25. If you want to do in terms of pi, multiply 1/3 times 15 squared times 25 to get 1875 pi feet cubed, and then type that all in to get 5,890.486 feet cubed. But it said here to the nearest cubic foot, so we're going to round this, and it will become 5,890 feet cubed. And those are your two answers. So the homework then is the Math Excel 11.5. It catches up. The 11.5 Math Excel. This is your optional assignment if you would like to do it.